Hi, Vavsa here. In this video, we're gonna be setting up isometric tileset system inside the Godot game engine. It's a really simple setup and it is really helpful. If you're creating isometric tiles and you want a quick way to see how tiles look, or if you're creating isometric game, this is the best way to go about this. So let's get started. First of all, you'll need your tiles. I tried drawing these tiles. I think they look pretty nice, but I just tested them and they're a little bit messed up. I'm not really the expert in pixel art. I'm trying to learn. Or you can just get them from itch.io. I got one from itch.io. I'll leave the links to the tiles I used. Just super simple. Just go and download the tiles, and the only thing you need to know about is the size of the tile. That's just needed to set up the stuff and like tileset system. When it comes to tileset system, let's learn a little rule of thumb. When you see a tileset, like an isometric tileset, we are viewing it as a 2D sprite, not a 3D cube. It looks like a 3D cube, but it's not. But when we come to the sizing, we need to consider it as a 3D cube. I know, a bit messed up. So like the vertical and the horizontal height. Normally for a sprite, the horizontal and vertical height would be the sprite size. Like this is 32 by 32. So the vertical and horizontal side would be like 32 by 32. Like from top to down, the count of pixels from top to down. So it would be like 32 by 32. That's it. But when we come to pixel art, the thing is, for like the width, how wide it is, for that you measure the same thing, the size of the sprite of your pixel art. So from left to right or right to left, the number of pixels from right to left, but not for the vertical. Like the width is 32, but for horizontally, like vertically, you do not count like from top to down. No, you don't count from top to down. No, what you count is this, like this line. Most of the pixel art have this line, so you count the number of like pixels of the cube. And so 32 by 32 is wrong, and the real size of this sprite is 32, which is the vertical from I messed up. Okay, I have just messed up. So it's 16, like 32 by 16. I actually made it wrong there. So the vertical height is 16 and the horizontal is 32. Okay, about time we create our project. Let's create one. Let's call it something isometric stuff, something like that. XOXO. Okay. Let's just create this project and let's go. I've imported some tiles as well. Let's create a new scene and add our tile map. Like before, I just have an habit to add a node and name it tile map, so I can make the tile map layer nodes, which is the new tile map system, as their children. And now it's layer 1, and it's nice and organized. Now let's go to the inspector tab and create a new tile set. As you can see, here's the type. You can set it as isometric and you're almost done. But the tiles aren't these like triangles, these are 3D rotated cubes. How can we fix that? How can we fit those 3D rotated cubes in the triangles? We need to scale them and like rotate them, and in 2D space we rotate by scaling. So let's set the x-axis size to 32. Now it's like slightly rotated in the 3D cube like space. I know. Now let's go to the tileset system and drag and drop all tiles. We have our tiles, but these are cut into 32 by 16. We don't want that. We just want it to 32 by 32. And yes, you're gonna be all right by using 32 by 32 tiles in 32 by 16 space. There's nothing wrong about that. Okay. Now what you need to do is like set up the origin here. You see this yellow thing, it's the origin, and this is the area you can interact the tile. We want it to be the top of the tile, so you go to select the tile you want and go to the rendering tab, and in the origin you can just move it. Don't need to move the X, just move it vertically to the top. -8 most of the time works. This will let you like interact with the tiles from the top side. This will good for like in-game interactions, and mostly so like you click one tile and the tile behind it like disappears and things like that. So it's if you're having issues like that, try changing this and it will definitely help. Now let's go to the layout and we can change the layout to diamond down. This is just optional stuff. I like diamond down layout stuff because it's just a little bit more convenient. When you select this, the tile I know coordinate system like turns into this. So it's not up and left, it's like this slightly rotated axis. Now you can just easily go and paint everything you want, and let's just create a little platform here. Okay, you can turn off the grid if you don't like that yellow thing by clicking that icon there. And I've just created a simple cube, nothing too creative. I'm not that creative. Okay, now we can duplicate the layer so we keep the tile set properties, but that's what amateur people do, right? So we have to like delete the data from the previous tile layer so it's not 2 times. What you can do is go to like the parent and add a child node of a tile map layer. Name it anything, and now you can go to the layer where the tile map is set up and save it as a resource by clicking that drop down and clicking save as. And now you can drag and drop in that tab where it says empty, and the same tile set you set up will be applied to every tile. This is something I always do, and this is something you always should do. Save your tile sets as a resource. That's something really important. Even if you're not using multiple tile set layers, definitely save your tile set settings as a like resource so you can use in multiple scenes, and it's really useful. Okay, that's it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.